Hashtag no offense uses strong language and is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised. Hashtag no offense.
Welcome back to another episode of Hashtag No Offense. You know me, I am Chris, joined with the two, cracking shit on mic, joined with the Dutchie.
Hold on. Also cracking shit on mic.
Cracking shit on mic.
You already poured yours, pussy.
I'm a gentleman. I have a glass.
Whatever, that's a tumbler.
What are you feeding us tonight?
All right, since two hasn't been drinking for whatever reason, I thought that we're all about local, right? We got local hemp bombs, we do local beers. This is a local coffee that I have found at our local Publix called Made Coffee.
It's a lot of local.
We're all about the local,
It's
right?
a lot of local.
So this is called Made Coffee. It says it's established in 2015. It's brewed over in St. Pete.
Dang.
So their slogan was basically like, why we drinking hot-ass coffee in fucking Florida?
Yeah.
So they started putting it off a bicycle in 2015, just serving it up, and now they have a little the cannery.
Oh, that's how they
over in
started?
St. Pete. Mm-hmm.
What, you fucking work for him now?
No, I was just Googling them to see what they were about because this is the first time that we're going to try it, and I know you've been sipping on it. What do you think?
It's good. It's good. And you know what? It's less calories than the Stoke that I drink.
Yeah, it's only 3 calories for
smooth.
this 12-ounce can.
The Stoke that I drink is 10. And I've been doing that since I've been on Slimmer Circle because, you know, I've been shamed off of Monsters. So I've been on the iced coffee. So, yeah, this is cool. And I'll drink something local for less calories. And it's got a little bit more taste.
Now, let me ask you a question. So, why the fuck? What is 7 calories going to do?
It's not going to do anything but lower's lower, Jason.
That's good.
This is a game of numbers. As in, I'm in first and you're not. Suck my dick. That's what 7 calories going to do. You too.
I already suck your dick.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Not quite enough.
I just did it.
How was it your birthday? No, I'm just kidding.
My half birthday. Twice a year.
Oh, I got it.
Twice a year.
It's like Christmas in July.
Hey, yes it
There
is.
you go. God, I get no respect.
You get all the respect. High five. As Dutch said, we are sponsored by Hemp Bombs, our local CBD sponsor. Hemp Bombs. I didn't have my thing up. It fucked me up.
Didn't have your notes.
We are.
It's not like we just did a video.
Yeah, I know.
Bombs,
We just totally did a video for them, and I should be on point, but I'm not.
Look for it at hempbombs.com coming soon.
Yes. Hemp Bombs are specifically formulated to provide consumers with a quality CBD product at an affordable price, contain 99% pure CBD isolate with 0% THC, and are legal in all 50 states. The many benefits of Hemp Bombs include reduced anxiety, increased sense of relaxation, reduction of aches and pains, mood enhancement, and deeper, more restful sleep. Everything that we all just gave our anecdotal evidence on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because we all sleep great now. We all ain't anxious and shit. We just relax, no stress, right?
We got to use some of that pain freeze.
Got to put that icy hot on my elbow and shit.
I know. I'm glad I got these coffees tonight because with all that CBD we took, we need to boost it back up a little bit.
I was worried.
Don't want to be too relaxed.
I was worried because I know what those gummies do to me. So
Hold on.
Well, and now I was on the caffeine episode of Slimmer Circle, and I was informed that caffeine has a 6-hour half-life. So we're drinking this, and it's 9 o'clock. This caffeine's going to be in our system till 3 a.m. Are you prepared to not sleep tonight?
You want to fuck?
Every night.
Well, no, then I'll just put, take 2 more gummies later, and then
Yeah.
Rin it out.
Just eat them all, baby.
Right?
Eat them all.
He'd rather sleep than fuck.
Oh, you talking about me?
He said, oh, you talking about me?
I know that ain't true. I know
My
that
wife's
ain't
always
true.
asleep by the time I get home.
Aw.
You know what?
I would be too, though.
You know what? I can't speak for the females, but I know personally when she's out and I'm home, I love it when I fall asleep and she wakes me up to fuck. Like she comes in and she's just ready to throw down. I'm like, yeah, I love that shit.
I'd be like, why are you waking me up?
Dude,
That's usually me.
it doesn't fucking matter, dude. She'll come in at 2, 3 in the morning drunk off her ass and she'll start, I'm like ready to go. Like, hey, my dick's hard. Hey, where you been?
He's
I don't
just
even
waiting
care.
for
Let's
me.
do this.
He don't care if I smell like margaritas and smoke.
I
He
love
just
it when
wants
she
to get
smells like
fucked.
margarita and smoke.
That's so gross. And like, and he comes to smoke a cigar. I'm like, take a shower.
I did. I've been smoking cigars on the back porch and shit.
Which is fine. I got
to come in like a fucking hazmat team and scrub my face and scrub my mouth and whatnot.
Like
Well,
when
they
you're
have a strong
smoking,
smell.
they do, and it's like when you're sitting there smoking them, it doesn't bother me. Like the fresh smoke doesn't
Right,
bother me.
right.
It's the stale.
Yeah, the after.
It's the stale stuff.
I'm the
stale
same way.
smoke.
I like being in a cigar bar and smell. Yeah.
But it's like the after
I like
effect.
smelling it on your clothes.
Like you
later,
showered
yeah.
for 3 days and you just got hair, greasy hair. That smell.
Yeah. Put in
Not
your
a good
mouth.
smell. Ooh, that's bad. Better pop an Altoid.
So let's
You got a
take
kiss.
let's hit the steering wheel and come back off this left turn.
What now?
Hemp Bombs do come in a variety of different products, including oils and e-liquids, gummies and suckers, capsule syrup, and even products for your pet. Jay, I'm going to try to get you some of the beard butter from them, and you can give your experiences with the beard butter because you got that luscious fucking mane
Yeah,
there.
I'll try it.
And put some CBDs up in there.
Yeah, I haven't been using the beard oil as much lately, but yeah, I'll definitely try that.
Maybe
Fucking
the
A.
butter wouldn't give you beard dandruff.
No,
Ew.
the butter.
Put it on glass. You were just a shit talking motherfucker,
I
dude.
mean, I get it because I have salt spray for my hair when I go to the beach because it protects from the UV and stuff. So I get how it feels because it feels stiff and it does flake.
What
Salt
she's
just
talking
flakes.
about, yeah, I use a salt spray on my beard because it keeps it stiffer and straighter and stuff. So, but then I go to scratch my face or something, and then I got a little bit of
You're like-
salt residue falling on my shirt. Looks like dandruff.
Brush it off.
Like you
Probably
just came
have
out the
dandruff
ocean.
too, but so it probably just
No.
Check out hempbombs.com. Use code HTNOS. Save 20% on all of your CBD products. There's something there for everybody. Hempbombs.com. Code HTNOS. 20% off. We are also sponsored by Ohfishl Clothing. Ohfishl is a streetwear clothing brand rooted in hip hop from straight out the desert in Tucson, Arizona, making high quality t-shirts, hats, and jewelry at an affordable price. What they do is they twist and remix logos that you know from anything from
Vans.
naughty by nature.
corporate logos to bands and music artists. I mean, anything you recognize all of the logos as well as original designs as well. He's got a Game Over shirt that I like. It's got the video game font and it just says Game Over Official or something like that.
I like their O lettering for their.
O
I
is
do too.
O is dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
just the regular logo.
I'm gonna get a hat with the O on it.
Fucking A, we can work that out.
Face.
Go to ohfishl.com. It's ohfishl.com and use code HTNOS. Save yourself 25% off your entire order. Ohfishl Clothing, live by your own rules.
Order up, bitch.
Order the fuck up. Now, since I know that everything has been like we've had a lot of crosstalk, I couldn't even get through those fucking ads. What the fuck is going on, guys? This is a beautiful July Friday night. It's the rains are coming in. I'm sorry, Tampa too. You left your fucking umbrella. You had to come in all soggy like a fucking wet dog
I had
out
another
there.
one in the car.
Damn,
so-
you got backup umbrellas. I don't even own an umbrella.
We own one umbrella, and it took us like 18 years to get one.
I think we got like 6. but-
Damn, y'all don't like
Because
being
every
wet.
kid's got to have their own umbrella.
Oh my God.
Like, you're getting wet, bitch.
I usually give them a
Run.
pep talk. I'm like, hey, it's raining, so I want you to run straight to the car. I'm going to hit the button. Da, da, da.
Right.
You're going to get wet. Be
Lucas
prepared.
even puts himself in his own car seat.
He does, too. What's new with you guys?
I start my new job on Monday.
Oh, I thought you were going to say period there for a second.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Right, that was last week. I think I stopped.
Oh, okay. You
But-
think you stopped?
Well, I have stopped. But I've been off for 2 weeks, which has been really nice.
I
But
thought you still had another week left.
no, man, that would be. I've done so much in the last 2 weeks. I feel like I've been so productive. I've done so much stuff. I did the whole front yard. I redid the grout in the kitchen and everything. I purged a bunch of shit. I just feel so productive, and it's been nice to sleep till 10 o'clock every day.
Right?
But I'm
Fucking
excited.
bullshit.
I'm excited to start my new job on Monday.
Yeah, I bet. That'll be a nice
It's
change.
been a nice little break.
Right.
You know, while she's been off, she's been laser focused on trying to find a house or land.
Okay.
And it's not my favorite thing to do.
Right.
Moving sucks.
Moving sucks dick.
Oh, yeah. I hate it.
But this will be the last time.
That's what we say.
This is
In
it.
theory. In theory.
Yeah.
That's what Jason and I talked about last week. I forgot how it even came up, but I was like, dude, we ain't supposed to be living in fucking townhouses. We're almost 40 years old. We're too old for this shit, man. Like,
Well, we bought this place knowing it was going to be temporary. We just thought we'd have to stay here a little bit longer.
fucking townhouses are for college kids and people that just got divorced.
Whoa, bro.
For real, man.
There is a lot of people that are like that. In
Exactly. It's stereotypes from somewhere.
Right.
They start somewhere.
I mean, and we bought our townhome. Man, we've been in our townhome a long time, but that's what we originally bought it for, was just to be like the first little starter home, and then once we had the kids, we wanted to have a house by then, but that hasn't happened yet.
I love this townhouse, though, because if this does happen and we do move, I'm going to miss it. I put a lot of work into this place. I painted every room.
Right.
I did all the landscaping. I've done so much that it's gonna suck to leave.
Well, here's the thing. We wouldn't even be thinking about it if we didn't see that big compound that we went and looked at and fell through.
Yeah.
And it's my bad. I should have ignored it like every other fucking thing that she shows me, but I wanted to check it out, and to her that was, haha, the door's been opened.
Right.
Here we fucking go. So she's looking for places that kind of fit that same, mold, because what's important to me is having the studio. I've been trying to open a studio for the last few months, and we haven't really found anything that is similar to that fit that. So now she's got me looking at fucking land to talk to builders and build our dream fucking house.
Sure.
Or close to it. I mean, we'll see what we can do. We're meeting with a guy on Thursday.
You probably do get more for your money if you build it, because then you can have it the way you want it.
That's what she says.
I don't know.
You sound just like her now.
Oh, sorry.
Y'all double teaming me? What the fuck,
no,
man?
I'm just, my whole thing was all the houses, because we want to get out of the HOA type of neighborhood, and from what I read, you're basically purchasing somebody else's equity. So even though the house, plus some of the houses are built so long ago, it's just nice to know that everything's going to be new, and you're paying the same amount for something, so might as well.
Right, and then it'll be under warranty for
at least
10
a year.
years.
Yeah, at least. I mean, the building stuff, I'm not sure how that works. We'll find out more on Thursday. But the piece of land that we have found, it's 4 acres. It's $89,000. It's not that much. Almost 2 acres of it, though, is wetland conservation. So we'd have the privacy. We wouldn't have anybody around us, which is also nice.
Around.
Bro.
Yeah.
I visualized it. We went and looked. See, and it's hard for me, man, because I'm not the sharpest fucking tool in the shed. And don't nod in agreement. Because
Well, I'm just saying, I'm the one that does all the legwork. That's all.
Yes, you are dumb. No, we went and we looked at the land, and it's completely tree covered. Like, we would live in the fucking woods. Like, you would turn in, and there's a little driveway, and like the house would be in the middle, kind of like in a circular type thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then off to the back, there would be a trail that goes over our creek with a bridge that we would have to build with fucking 2 acres back there she wants to have like bonfire central and
Well, it sounds tight.
fireworks areas and shit, because we do the fireworks and whatnot.
Place for the kids to play.
Oh, yeah. And the whole front of the lot is over an acre. So, I mean, it's plenty of land.
Who's mowing this yard?
We're going to have to get a riding mower.
Now, they won't let me build a standalone studio structure. Your garage has to be attached to your house, and that would fall under classification of like a garage, because it's like a small building. I don't fucking know. So what we're gonna do is have above the garage do like a separate, like
kind of like a mother-in-law suite type deal.
Or like, I don't know, like for whatever reason, I don't know why I think about this, but like I think one of the kids in Mr. Belvedere lived above the garage, dude, and he had like a fucking door and everything. I'm like, that's basically what our studio is going to be.
There could be stairs on the outside going up to a door with a little like out.
Exactly.
Well, like where I live, there's a lot of houses out there that have the garage, and then they have a mother-in-law suite above that, where it's it's basically a studio.
Yeah.
With a bathroom in it and a little kitchenette area, and then
that's what we're
gonna
do.
The kitchen, but we would do the bathroom.
I'd like to have a kitchen area in case you ever throw me out. Then I could just live in the studio.
Well, if I ain't throwing you out yet, it ain't happening.
We had to go look at it because it's been raining like a motherfucker too,
right.
And I wanted to make sure that like it doesn't flood, because part of the 4 acres is wetland conservation. So I'm like, it's got wet in the fucking title, man.
Right.
Like, let's go check this shit out.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize there's fucking the first hurricane of the season is floating around out in the Gulf, man.
Yeah.
Like somebody told me
in Louisiana now.
Yeah. Shout out to Blunt Mommy, man. I'm thinking about you, girl. Stay safe. I know
She's still sucking dicks in the rain. It's all right.
Sucking dicks in the rain. That's a country song.
She's like, I'm holding the pole so I don't fly away.
We go through the hurricane shit every year, and it's just a Cat 1. I mean, it's no big deal.
Yeah, but
they have to worry about flooding. That's their thing.
Bourbon Street is fucked.
Stay safe. with all the rain we've been getting, I don't know how it happened, but ants have infiltrated my car. Did I tell you this?
You did tell me this, yeah.
I'm fucking driving to work, and there's ants coming out of my fucking, like, dashboard, like, up by the windshield.
Yeah.
Just, like, coming out running. I'm, like, driving down the highway, swatting at these fucking ants and shit, and I opened up my door, and they were, like, everywhere. It was, like, infestation, dude. They're biting me in my legs and whatnot. I can't... It's because it's wet, man. They got nowhere else to go. They're in my fucking car, man. I'm pissed off.
Yeah, but I wonder where they came from, because...
The earth?
Well, you park down in guest parking. There's nowhere over there for them to get to. And over here, there's not really that many ants.
Well, what it made me think of when I was telling Jason was when we were riding along in your car, and she had ants in her car, and they were fucking frozen dead ant carcasses were blowing out of her air conditioning, dude. I'm getting pelted with shit. I'm like, what is that? And she's like, oh, the ants got in my car at work. What?
Sounds like you need to change your cabin filter, your air filter.
Something's just attracting these fucking vermin.
Because it was hot, so then I put the air on high, and then I was like, what was that? And then there's like... Just ants.
I closed my vent. I'm like, I'd rather sweat, dude. I'm getting fucking pelted with frozen ant bodies.
Or
man.
you could have just adjusted it so they like fly beside your head,
fly up over me and hit the kids.
Yeah, right. There you go, making a game out of it.
Yeah, but those ants bit. Like the ones that I had in my car weren't biting ants.
Yeah, dude. I'm just driving along, and I feel it coming up my leg, and then all of a sudden, fuck! Like. And you're doing 85 miles an hour down the road. What are you supposed to do?
Glad you didn't, get into an accident.
Well, I'm a goddamn professional at every aspect of my life, Jason.
Give me a break.
I'm not only a professional radio personality. I'm a hell of a driver.
So the ants can't break your concentration?
Absolutely not. I killed them all.
Well, that was something else you were worried about, too, because we have the conservation area. He's like, we're going to be one with nature. Yeah. Like, I'm going to deal with them snakes.
Bro, I'm like, we've lived in Florida. We've lived in Florida for a long time, but we haven't actually lived in Florida.
Right.
Like,
we're in subdivision Florida.
Yeah, we're in like just regular schmegular ass neighborhoods. We're not in fucking like woods, country with snakes and fucking potential alligators from the quote unquote wetlands. Yeah, dude. I'm like, what are we going to fucking do, man? We're gonna have to put like a high fence up. It's gonna be like zombie protection just to keep all the fucking wildlife out.
So is there like a lot of homes nearby there?
Oh yeah,
spread out.
It's in a deed restricted community, but all the homes are on at least an acre.
Oh, okay.
So. It's not like you see like over here, like across the street, right next to us or whatever. Like they're away a little bit. You can see them, but they're away.
Yeah, all the houses are at least an acre.
The next door neighbor's got horses, dog. Like we pulled up and they had a horse just chilling in their driveway.
You're allowed to have
that's fucking weird.
2 horses per acre in this neighborhood.
It's a weird stipulation.
They actually have stables and stuff there where you can keep your horses, and they also have like playgrounds and stuff for the kids, and it seems like a really nice community. And it's still technically kind of like it's a deed restricted community, but they just want to make sure that you keep it nice for the neighbors, so there's no mobile homes. Not that there's anything wrong with a mobile home.
No, but some people let their shit go.
So, I mean, they still regulate some things, but they're not as strict as other places, which is cool. And it's only $200 a year.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And they do special events around the 4th of July.
My HOA is less than, or more than that a month.
Pretty much, right? Ours is like $400 every 3.
Yeah, ours is $42 quarterly, but we don't have a water bill, and we use the pools right down the street, so I think that balances out.
Yeah. We're going to meet with the builders on Thursday and see what they got to say. Cause
right. I mean, we might
if it doesn't work out, then we're not going to do it.
Right. We might not be able to do it because it needs a septic. It needs a well. We're going to have to fence it. We're going to have to do
building it from the ground up.
Some land clearing. So even though the land's only 89, we might end up spending over $100,000 just for the land to get it situated.
Right.
Maybe me and two could just
budget.
get some chainsaws and go out there and fucking wreck shit.
Oh,
that's cool too.
We'll just go out there and fucking wreck shit. I think you need some chainsaw therapy in your life. I think you can cut some shit up and you'll feel great.
Hell, yeah.
Well,
but you're back. I'm going to have to rub you down first.
No, I mean, well, how thick are these trees?
They're just pine needle trees.
Oh, yeah.
They're
just
skinny.
Give me a small chainsaw. You don't need a big one.
They're all pencil dicks.
It's all about the way you cut it, baby.
They're all pencil dick trees. You just cut that shit at an angle and fall where you want it. You know?
Although I did just watch an old Jackass thing where they were somewhere where it was snowing or whatever, but they climbed this big ass tree. It was Johnny Knoxville and some other guy, and they were at the top of the tree. Then they cut the tree down while they were in it.
Oh no!
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you the story about how I tried to cut down the tree at our old house? I was drunk, and it was. I used to work overnights, right?
Okay.
Real quick. I used to work overnights, and I got home at like 3 a.m. and I sat out back. My favorite thing to do, I had a big recliner on the back porch, like an inside chair outside, and I would get home and I would fucking just get drunk and look at the stars and shit, just fucking sit in the back porch looking at the stars.
Okay.
So
Not sure how ants didn't infiltrate that shit.
It's a fucking miracle, all right, whatever. So I'm sitting there for like 4 hours just drinking. She gets up and goes to work, and I say bye to her, and then I'm up and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get rid of that fucking tree today. And I go to cutting it down. The bitch falls towards the house, so I get under it to hold it up.
It's just a pine tree.
It's a pine tree, it's probably, about that big around.
Right.
And
still heavy as fuck.
It's heavy as fuck, and I get under it, and I'm like holding it. And then I'm like, I stopped it from falling, so I'm standing there holding it, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? Like, I didn't have this planned out, like, I didn't know what to fucking do. So I'm standing there holding it, for no lie, for like 30, 40 minutes, just like, what the fuck do I do with this goddamn tree? And then finally I'm like, fuck it. And I just went like that and it hit the goddamn house any fucking way.
I'm so lucky you didn't do any damage.
Oh, God.
Well, apparently you don't know how to cut a tree right, because you would have known how to cut it a way it would fall correctly.
Cut it.
Didn't.
Yeah.
I do now.
We'll see.
But I was,
You learn from your mistakes,
heavily
I think.
intoxicated, and I just decided I was going to fucking do some shit. Shouldn't have been operating a chainsaw,
Well, with the pine needle trees, too, they sap. So even if we cut them down ourselves, we still won't be able to do anything with them.
Well, you guys ready to hit some of these Florida stories this week I got for you?
Yup.
Woo, doggy. Hey, Beatrice.
Yeah?
Get your ass in here. These no offense boys about to do Welcome to Florida again.
Let me grab the natty.
Oh, shit, and I thought my family was fucked up.
So, first one on the agenda, we are in Crestview, where a Florida man told sheriff's deputies that he threw firecrackers under the bed of a sleeping 9-year-old girl in a prank gone wrong.
Yeah, I read that.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Did her bed start on fire?
Well, let's get into it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but
Well, that's good.
we've got it here.
Dumbass.
I mean, we're coming out of 4th of July, and I have leftover fireworks too, but I would never think about fucking throwing them at the kids, right? Well, I mean, I think about them.
Well,
but
you throw them at me.
I throw them at you. But you're an adult, man.
Let me ask you guys a question, if this makes me a bad person or not. When I see
You have to ask, it does.
when I see things on Facebook about people's fucking dogs, and they're like, be courteous, some dogs are scared of fireworks. Fuck your dog.
Yeah,
It's the owner's responsibility to give that bitch some CBD.
Check this out.
Right.
Or
Check
some
this out.
Benadryl.
You're not a bad person, because here's the thing. Like, I was reading the posts, not about dogs, but it was, oh my God, my kid's asleep and it's 11:30 and it's enough's enough already. Bitch, the world does not revolve around you, okay?
Right.
This is a day that everybody observes, okay? And it's going to go till it's fucking done.
If it bothers
If your
you,
kid's asleep,
leave.
fucking turn on a goddamn fan. Fucking do
Right.
something. It's one fucking night, all right? The world does not revolve around you. I go to work in the morning. So did I.
Right.
Well, it doesn't bother me. The thing that bothers me is when like people are still shooting them off fucking week and a half later.
week
That's
and a half,
excessive.
yeah.
That's
You know,
excessive.
you're like,
because
Bro, I still got a lot of leftovers, and I've been very tempted to fucking light some fireworks, but I'm not doing it, man. I'm
Right.
going to save them till New Year's. We'll do something on New
Yeah,
Year's.
that's a good
sounds
idea.
Well, and two, this year it was on a Thursday. A lot of people probably celebrated on a Friday or Saturday. Next year it'll be on a Friday, so maybe everybody will get it out in one day. But
No, you're still going to get those fucking crotchety get off my lawn fucking posts on Facebook, because, oh my God, people are having fun and you have to work tomorrow. Boo-hoo, the world should stop for you now, right?
That's
fuck
bullshit.
off.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But in this particular instance, we have Matthew Morrison, 44, who was arrested on Saturday after...
Is he related to Zach Morrison?
That was Zach Morris.
Yes, that was so bad. That was so bad. Good try. Good try.
Dang.
He was arrested on Saturday after deputies responded to a home after the explosion woke up a little girl. The owner of the house where this happened told sheriff's office that Morrison lives in a tent outside their house and came in without permission.
See, that's what I was getting at, or trying to figure out. So it wasn't even his kid, right? It was
No.
just like
It was just
some. So he got out of his tent and like went to, I guess, his AKA neighbor.
Why was that bitch's window even open?
Why do you, if you know that there's a dude living in a tent outside your house and you got a 9-year-old, maybe take some fucking action against the dude living in the fucking tent outside, because that's not
weird going on there.
Yeah, that's a recipe for
rape?
disaster
For
or
rape?
for rape, or
Put
we'll
some
call it
bars
rape.
on that window
Wouldn't doubt if that kid woke up in the middle of the night and just saw eyes looking through the
and
window.
a big dick.
Eyes and a big dick.
A big old dirty dick if he's living in a tent.
He came in without permission. The homeowner told responding deputies that he chased Morrison out of his house with a stick after he heard the explosion.
A stick.
Responding officers spoke with the little girl who said the explosion scared her, making her cry and shake. Morrison was arrested and charged with burglary, child cruelty without great harm, and possession of a controlled substance after deputies found 2 grams of meth in his pockets.
I'll tell you what, man. He's lucky he's not dead.
For real, dude.
Because, like, there's a lot of people's houses, if he would have went in, he would have been dead, dude.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, you could, not only are you coming in when you ain't supposed to be in there, but you're fucking with my kid.
Right?
Yeah.
I bet you he's a relative.
Something's got to be.
Something's
yeah,
got
it does sound weird.
To just, like, know, hey, this dude lives outside my house in a fucking tent, and you're not going to do anything about it. You ain't going to take any action.
I
Yeah,
would
it's got
call
to
the
be
cops
probably
because
gotta
it
be
sounds
something.
like it's in the yard. It's not like there's an empty lot next to the house.
That's so fucking
Yeah,
weird.
it
That's,
just sounds
that's
weird.
Florida in a nutshell. Hey, fucking cousin Matt lives in the fucking tent out back.
Yeah,
you know,
it's probably their tent. Like he probably don't even own
it's
that.
probably
bitch.
their tent.
Don't even own that bitch.
You know, that if you got fireworks left over from 4th of July, don't light them under any kids' beds.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, that would scare the shit out of me too. And I'm 37.
That kid's going to have problems sleeping the rest of his life. If I was his parent, I'd be so pissed.
We were so stupid with fireworks when we were kids, though. I remember me and my friend that lived down the alley when we were up north. We used to light firecrackers, and there was a bucket outside the window, and we'd light the firecrackers and just drop them on the bucket.
That's
from
so
outside
loud
the
when they're in a
window.
bucket.
And it was so loud. It was a plastic bucket. It was still fucking loud.
You weren't on the show when Jason told his fireworks story.
Yes, I heard it, of course.
Well, yeah, but fucking dude, that was a long time ago, Jason. What did you do with your fireworks?
Which story are we talking
The
about
hand.
here? Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
should have blown your hand off,
How
Stumpy.
many do you have?
Well, we had some. It was my buddy that got them. They were just some firecrackers, like the Black Cat
Wolfpack?
firecrackers. Yeah, Wolfpack. Whatever. They used to be called Black Cat when I used to get them.
Black Cat was the big one.
That's
when we
name
were-
brand.
Yeah.
And
We got great value.
and we had been throwing them at each other like all day or whatever. Well, anyway, I still had some left over, and I don't know where my mom was. She wasn't home, but
It's the fucking 80s, dude.
yeah, that's
Right.
true.
We just did whatever.
So I was sitting there chilling in the house, and I reached in my pocket and realized I had one in there, so I pulled it out. And dumbass me, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I was like, oh, let me go ahead and light this firecracker in the house. And then
Even this story, I just reached in my pocket and I had a firecracker, so I had to get rid of it. Might as well light it.
Like Dennis the Menace, he had a firecracker in one
Stupid
hand and a
dude.
frog in
I mean,
the
that's
other.
what a firecracker's for,
Who
to
was
light.
with you? Was it just you, or is it?
No, it was just me.
Yeah.
Nobody else was home, and
Lit it in the fucking house, dude.
I mean, I was like 9 or 10, and
If Logan lit a firework in the house, I'd beat his fucking ass, dude.
That's why
well,
he got
right
scared.
after I lit it, that's the same thing I thought of. I'm like, oh shit, now what do I do with this firecracker? So then I decided to take my hand and grasp it around the firecracker
How the fuck it
and
didn't
hold
get
it
blown
as
off,
tight
dude?
as I could. And then it went off in my hand. And then I just remember like my ears ringing and then
So stupid.
not hearing anything. And then just my hand was pulsating like it was hurting so bad.
Fucking
But-
white Jason Pierre-Paul, dude. Like, you should fucking have no hand.
Right. I don't know how. I guess because it was, because with those
was like-
firecrackers, it was, they're
Yeah.
all intertwined together, but then
Oh,
you
it
could
was
pull
the-
them.
It's just
you
the
can
one.
pull them
It's the
apart.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even still.
But still, I mean, those things, you can see how loud or,
how big they
much
are.
they pop when they're, just thrown on the ground. But
or thrown
Jesus,
at you.
take the
Or at
wheel. Let me keep my hand
I didn't.
so I can masturbate later.
Just keep going. This is Grammy shit.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, this is fucking. This is how hits are made.
Where's the next verse?
This is how T Swizzle does it.
Just sitting around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when I realized all my fingers were there, I was like, okay, well that's good. But then I didn't like it was numb
That's
for like
so you.
like an
Oh, man,
hour.
my fingers are there.
Like
When I realized how my fingers were.
I was like, okay, well that's good.
but then my hand was like numb for an hour, so I didn't know. I was like, I hope the feeling comes back. Like,
If your shit was only numb for an hour, you got off light.
Yeah,
You
dude.
got off fucking light, dude.
yeah, there you go. That was my firecracker story.
I was worried about Logan lighting smoke bombs this year, and those don't even do shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, because my older daughter was sitting there lighting them, and they were doing fine with it.
Let me tell you, these kids got no fucking sense either with these sparklers.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
walking around and they're like millimeters away from burning each other, and I'm like, will you guys fucking spread out?
And those things are
Spread out.
so hot.
They are.
Part of me thinks they know what they're doing.
They don't.
Well, no, because there was a couple of times like Melissa would light it, and they would immediately turn around with them for whatever reason. Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, look, and then like almost like hit somebody with their like.
That's
I'm like,
free
give them a
spread
brand.
the fuck out.
That's free pass for them. They're like, hey, I would have been an accident, and I could fucking burn the shit out of Logan because he was pissing me off earlier.
Well, and then Carp's kid was like, hey, can I light one? I'm like, your dad literally just told you to get the fuck off. Like, no, I'm not letting you do something he told you no to.
Y'all had some crazy fireworks too. Like you had them ones that burn like goddamn road flares and shit, man.
Which ones?
They had like paper wrapped on them and whatnot. You told me put those
Oh, the
aside.
glowworms?
Yeah, you told me put those aside. You're like, they didn't like those last year. Get rid of those.
Oh, the sparklers, because the morning glory ones, because
Yeah.
it's spurted.
It kind of shoots the
Jizz on
sparkles
you.
off.
Yeah, because they were all standing in the grass, and it's like they're all barefoot, and it's shooting sparks. And, I'm
And then
like,
it was
okay.
falling on their feet, and they're
Right.
like all
So we're
crying
like,
about
yeah,
it.
no, I'm not doing that. It's always something, crying about sparks or crying about gnats. Or crying about
I was
the
crying
heat.
about the gnats, but
The gnats
I
were
was being
bad.
a little bitch.
It was
No,
attracted to your product.
You were crying
It
about
was.
it, but
It
you
was my beer
fucking
product.
he toughed it out though. He was helping me, dude. Me and Jason have put on 2 phenomenal 4th of Julys.
This year
okay?
was the best
Yeah,
so far.
They're fucking fantastic.
Next
And
year we're going to do
if
bigger.
we got the compound next year with fucking 2 acres of a field, it's going to be we're
dude,
Oh, we're going to be lighting gasoline thing. No, I don't know.
Dude, I'm putting down
We're
a
gonna be
concrete
going bigger.
pad.
We're
Like
gonna be going
we're getting
bigger.
a pad put down just for fireworks.
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Well, I'm always ahead of myself.
This is some Florida shit that I have no experience with. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. Down in Boca Raton, Florida man hunting iguanas misses and shoots a nearby pool guy.
Bitch gotta eat.
I didn't know that iguanas were such a fucking like rampant nuisance in Florida because
yeah.
we don't see them. We got little lizards. We don't got fucking full blown.
I've only seen iguanas like as pets in people's houses. Like I've never seen iguanas in the wild, bro.
I guess
Like,
it's a South Florida fucking nuisance, man. I read this article and I was
Really?
I was in shock.
They're like hogs up here.
It says on Friday, pool maintenance workers arrived at a property where Elin Bryan, weird name, Elin Bryan lives in coastal city of Boca Raton. At the same time, an iguana hunter armed with a pellet gun was patrolling the
an
residence.
iguana hunter, like
Like Crocodile Hunter.
Bryan said she went outside to see what the workers were doing. Recalling the moment she saw a man she described as her pool guy get shot. I heard him scream at the top of his lungs,
Oh my
ow,
God.
and he had blood coming out of his leg.
jeez.
Let me tell you, unless these are like super powered pellet guns,
Pellets.
we used to shoot the fuck out of each other with BB guns when we were little.
Oh yeah.
dude.
Well, pellets are different than BBs.
Same premise.
I think it's a more higher powered CO2.
That's what I'm wondering.
Pressure.
That's what I'm wondering.
Because if that bitch was bleeding, he was either really close or it's a really powerful pellet gun.
Well, according to Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, green iguanas are considered pests as they damage sidewalks, seawalls, and landscape
By
plants.
shitting on everything.
I was wondering what they would be pests for because like
Salmonella.
what do they
Fuck
do?
everything up, I guess.
They crawl like they don't go fast. I mean, they're not going to outrun you. I mean,
They whip bitches with their tail. They spread salmonella, and they taste like chicken.
You eat iguana?
I've heard they taste like chicken.
I've been to the Green Iguana.
Me too.
Word.
That place was the bomb. I don't even know if it's still around, but
I think the one in St. Pete is. The one in Winthrop isn't.
No? That's the one
I used to go to
almost
the
got
one in
thrown out of.
Ybor.
Wow, boy. I forgot there was even one over there. The only thing I go to in Ybor
That was
is
the OG.
Coyote Ugly. That's the only thing I go for.
Gosh, I remember when that place first opened. I was like, "Are there bitches like dancing on the bar like in the
And
movie?"
did you
Not
ever
like
go?
in the movie.
Oh, not like in the movie.
They
No,
all
it's
got,
just like people like her that it's like, woo, girls night out.
Oh.
Let's
No.
climb up on the fucking bar.
Oh,
Woohoo.
so it's just
No.
girlfriends.
Yeah,
and-
it's
No.
just Jenny from down the block. It ain't-
No, the bartender ladies jump on the bar and dance. They do shows.
Not like in the fucking
They
movie.
karaoke. They do sing. I was just there.
The movie had goddamn Tyra Banks, that fucking blonde bitch that they ain't like that.
There's 4 or 5 of them that get up on the bar and do a line dance.
Yeah. Butterface 1, Butterface 2, Fugly Bitch 3. That's who gets up on the goddamn
They
bar.
look good enough to do body shots.
I ain't been there in years.
They
I'm
wearing
speaking out of
skirts?
school, but last
They
time
were
I was
daisy
there, I wasn't
dukes.
impressed.
Oh, okay.
I was, and I was just there.
When were you just
Well,
there?
last year.
Last year. I was just there.
It's a shorter time than you've been.
It's true. We have iguanas everywhere. If neighbors are going to be like the Wild West and shoot at everything, someone's going to get killed out here, she told
Give me a
NBC6
fucking break.
South Florida. Steve this is a fucking foreign name. I don't know how to do this. Steve Kavashansky.
That sounds Polish as fuck. How you going to say foreign?
It looks worse than it is. It looks Russian like a motherfucker.
Is it ZKE at the end?
No, it's SKY.
That's fucking Polish.
Why? Steve Kavavansky of local trapping firm the Iguana Busters said that there is currently no certification process for becoming an iguana trapper, but there are restrictions on the use of high-powered PCP air rifles. We are in peak iguana season with more people taking matters into their own hands. It could easily happen again. He explained his team wears clothing, which makes them easy to identify as hunters, and hire ex-police and military personnel who are good shots.
Well, this guy must have not been either.
The animals are considered to be such a nuisance in the state that Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation urges residents to kill them. The agency also stressed the species is not protected in Florida other than by anti-cruelty laws.
It amazes me that this is such a big deal.
This is a South Florida thing, apparently.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, we don't get this shit around here, man. I don't know why. Maybe...
My brother-in-law used to have an iguana. He called it Prime Time.
That's so fucking weird, dude.
I had an iguana named Iggy.
Prime
He was a Deion Sanders fan.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense then.
So
the way you said it, like prime time.
I mean, I didn't know I had to elaborate, so I did.
Well,
I used to have an iguana too.
Yeah, you did.
But my dog got it. And then when I came home from school, my mom just threw it in a garbage can. She's like, oh, the dog ate it. I'm like, oh, thanks.
That's the worst story ever.
I
Thanks,
know.
babe.
And his tail got cut off in the window.
Why did they let you keep getting animals?
I don't know.
You're unfit.
What? I've had plenty of animals. I also had a bearded dragon. I had a water dragon. I had a basilisk. I've had a leopard gecko.
You know what I thought about you with the bearded dragon? I read something online that on the 4th of July, dude had his bearded dragon outside with him, like chilling, like, motherfuckers that have bearded dragons chill with their shit a lot, and he ate a lightning bug, and he immediately turned black and died.
What?
Bearded dragons apparently can't eat lightning bugs.
Interesting.
He said within 20 minutes, the bitch turned black and died.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has something to do with their bioluminescence.
Probably, because when you touch them and shit, they smell like that shit on your
They
hands.
do.
You know
We
what
used
I'm
to
talking
take them
about?
and smear them all over
I've never-
yourselves.
That's fucking disgusting. Did you hear what she just said? She used to take bugs, crush them, kill them, and smear their guts all
I
over.
didn't know
You fucking
girls
Lord of
were
the
as
Flies.
gross as guys.
She's living goddamn Lord of the Flies in Indiana, dude.
We're
That's
like, what?
Indiana shit.
We were glowing. We were like butterflies and shit.
Although
In the dark.
I mean, something else that made me think. What made me think of this was I was actually watching last night. There was a Jersey Shore family reunion,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and I had it on, and I was watching it. And one of the girls that was on the show, she was like, "Oh man, I'm getting all sweaty," and she's like, "I forgot to put on my deodorant."
Oh man!
Guess what she did to cover up her underarm smell?
Tell me.
She used hand sanitizer and rubbed it on her pits.
Oh, my God. Was
I was
it
like,
Snooki?
girls are nasty.
I mean,
Was it
in a
Snooki?
pinch.
Was it JWoww?
No.
Was it Sammy?
No.
Was it Deanna?
Deanna.
I don't even know who that one is.
She's the dirtiest one.
Yeah, she is. She is dirty.
She came in late, huh?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
she
on
did.
the second or third season. Yeah, she's
I don't
the
know
dirty
about
one.
her. It's funny that you bring that up because you also sent me a story about the Floribama Shore, which is like basically this generation's
Yeah,
Jersey
it is.
Shore. It's being filmed here in St. Pete, and one of the stars was arrested after flashing her titties.
How is that a crime?
Well, it's not for anybody around, but I guess she was drunk and disorderly, and then when they tried to take her away, she kicked the fucking window out in the cop car.
Oh, yeah. You can't
Oh,
do,
shit.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You could put a titty on the window, but don't kick it out.
She was on a balcony of like a nightclub and called
course she was.
everybody down on the ground because apparently like there were people out. It was like fucking club night or whatever.
Well,
like,
yeah, and people know that they're being
they're
filmed
doing that.
and-
Yeah. She called attention to herself and then fucking pulled the titties out and then they got her down and kicked the fucking cop car
I'm
window
on
out.
the show. You can't arrest me.
Speaking, not to change, well, it's kind of along the same
Change it,
lines.
fuck him.
So, do you know? Because I think I remember you saying you were a fan of this show at one time.
Tell me.
The Hills.
No.
Oh, but Lauren Hughes just like as a fan of Lauren Conrad.
No, and not her. Jay Cutler's wife, Kristen.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Kristen
weren't you a
Cavallari.
fan of The Hills?
No, the OC.
Oh, the OC.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say after that family reunion Snooki thing or whatever it's
Family reunion
J-Lap,
sticky thing.
or whatever it was. the next show that came on after it was they're doing a Hills like a 10 years later.
Oh, yeah?
That they're following those people.
I'd watch that for Kristen, dude. Jay Cutler, dude, he got one thing in his life right, and it was that marrying that broad. He wasn't fucking no kind of ball player, but goddamn it, he picked a fucking hell of a wife.
Right. Well, that one guy that was always kind of douchey in the first time it was around, the blonde-haired guy, the one that married the blonde chick. I don't know, but he's of course in it again, and he's still the same way.
I didn't know nothing about that show. I didn't watch that show.
I didn't really watch it. I've seen pieces.
I watched it until I found out it was scripted, and I was like,
scripted reality. That's a thing?
That was a new thing. I didn't realize it was scripted. We started watching Love Island yesterday.
Yeah.
Love Island.
It's kind of like, have you ever watched Paradise Hotel?
They could call it fucking Hooker Hotel, and that would be more accurate, because it's basically promoting promiscuity on a fucking island and shit where they can't get away from each other. Like, they got to fucking match up with different people all the time to find true love, and it's just all about fucking and fighting. And
well, that sounds kind of like while I was watching that shit last night, one of the previews on MTV was for a show called The X's, and every scene they were showing after they showed the title was like just like dicks and faces and like girls making out and like I'm like I guess this is reality TV now, right? Just people like having sex everywhere.
That's what's up. I've got one more story for you, and we're still in St. Pete. I want to bust this one out. Woman accused of picking her nose, sticking fingers in ice cream, and urinating on an ice cream maker.
Oh,
did you see Asian? This? She was so Asian. She looks like one of fucking Robert Kraft's top fucking ladies, man, like from the fucking
one of the massagers.
Man, she was just like, she's a triple threat. She fucking licks, pisses, and picks.
And I've got a whole I got a whole account of her fucking tale here too. Let me tell you, authorities say a St. Pete woman was caught on camera picking her nose and sticking her fingers in the ice cream. She's also accused of using an ice cream maker as a toilet. Police reviewed multiple surveillance videos in which Jung-soon Wipsha Jung-soon Wipsha was seen using the bathroom with the door open. That's a strike right there. You don't fucking take a doo-doo with the door open, all right?
You sure don't.
No.
Not in my house. Everybody will kill me.
Listen, on 5 separate occasions even.
5?
She must have had like some serious bowel movements going on, because she was in the fucking shitter with the door open 5 times. It says
same place?
Yes.
That's what all that Chinese
food
there. Does to you.
No, she worked there. She was the ice cream lady. She fucking worked there. She had access to all this shit. You think that she just jumped the counter and fucking...
Well, I've heard all this Bluebell stuff. I thought she was in a Publix shitting in ice cream.
Bluebell, not Blue Ball.
We'll get there. She later walked over to the freezer containing cartons of organic ice cream. Video shows her opening the freezer and putting her hand into the ice cream containers, then picking her nose, then sticking her hands back into the frozen dessert. Another video allegedly shows her opening the freezer door and spitting into the containers. Police say that Weepsha tried to use the restroom again, but the door was locked and she couldn't open it, so she used a bucket, which is used to churn ice cream, as a toilet. Then she emptied her urine in the sink marked rinse. Police say the sink was being used to wash the ice cream utensils and mixing bowls. After that, she put her hands in the freezer again, but it's unclear if they had been washed.
I'm never eating again in public. Never.
Well, they had the guy who owns the ice cream place. He was like fucking like mortified by this. He was like, what the fuck, dude? You can't recover from this. I'm a small business on the goddamn beach, man. This is going to ruin me. Mm-hmm. And it says Wipsh's actions caused the store to close down and destroy approximately $2,000 worth of products to ensure public safety. And she was arrested on the 8th for criminal mischief and violating Florida's Anti-Tampering Act, which, like, it's in the news a lot, like Dutch mentioned with the Bluebell thing. I know you saw that, right?
Yeah.
That was fucking sick, too.
Yeah, there was another thing, too, where a mother had made her kid lick something. What was
tongue
it?
depressor.
A tongue depressor.
At the
mom
doctor's
made?
office.
Yeah, and then they went and arrested the mother. Yeah.
Why'd she make her do it?
For fun.
Just for fucking views?
I guess probably because of this other shit that's been going on in the news.
It's so stupid. It's like nobody wants to get Hep C. Don't be licking shit.
But check this out, though. This shit's been happening for fucking ever, dude. It's not a new thing.
There's just cameras now.
Yeah,
it's going to continue happening forever. I mean, like, have you never seen the fucking movie Waiting?
There's always dirty ass people in the world.
Yeah,
it's always going to happen.
Bluebell needs to put that.
That's why.
Fucking plastic over the top.
You know what though? That's why I never send anything back at a restaurant or anything like that.
You're
like,
cool as fuck to people that are hating on your food.
Yeah, if you hate it, you just don't eat it or
be really nice ass.
Yeah, like I've been out to dinner with people and they'll send shit back and
fuck that. You're rolling the dice, man.
You don't know who's working in the back there.
Have you seen, what was that movie?
I just said waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say Shenanigans, but that was
It was hard. That movie was
worked,
hilarious, but it was hard to watch because I was like,
It was hard to watch. He's like, this is like an actual
because
representation.
you know what happens, man.
Yeah, you do know what happens, man. That it was pretty close to fucking what I imagine it being like to work at one of those chain restaurants, man. Because you probably do get fucking abused, and you want to take it out on somebody, but don't fuck with their food, man.
Yeah,
come on,
that's messed up.
I don't like that shit. But it's going to continue, and it's going to be a thing, and, as long as people fucking watch your videos and you fucking
and
like it
share
or
them
whatever
and like
and share
them
it
and get
and all
all
that,
these views.
it's going to continue to fucking happen.
America promotes stupidity. Always has.
Yeah, well, that's what
we're here for.
Yeah, I was going to say so do we to an extent, but don't fuck with no food. Am I wrong? Didn't Bluebell go through some shit like something like this, like a contamination thing? Like,
well, that was at one of their factories.
That was listeria, wasn't it? It was some kind of listeria.
I don't
outbreak.
remember what exactly I think it might have been. But it was actually at their factory. They had to close down. And,
I remember them being in some shit before.
Isn't that a Bluebell truck got
everything.
stolen? And
Bluebell's got bad.
It sucks too because their ice cream's the
it
shit.
is good.
Like it is good ice cream.
But their truck got stolen, and then they found the truck, and it had all the ice cream in it. I don't know why they just stole the truck.
Just to do it, I guess.
Bluebell's good as shit.
Because Bluebell good as shit, yo.
Somebody was high as fuck and was like, "I want some Bluebell."
You heard it here first, motherfucker. Bluebell good as shit.
Well, hey Bluebell, put that little plastic stuff over your ice cream so people can't put their boogers in it.
Somebody asked them why they don't have that, and they went through their whole process of like making and manufacturing or whatever, and apparently they have a room where the shit gets flipped upside down and it basically gets molded to the fucking lid.
It does. I mean, so if you pull the lid up, you can feel it, the ice cream sticking to the lid.
They said that's their thing. Like if you open it up and it's not like that, then it's fucked with.
Yeah, but who tests the top before you're buying it?
I don't know. I saw a video with all this shit coming out now. This nasty bitch walking through fucking like Publix or Walmart or something, and she grabbed a bottle of Listerine, grabbed it, chugged it, and then spit it back into the fucking bottle. I'm like, Listerine's got the little plastic shit on it, man. Like, I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna know immediately it's got the fucking seal gone. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know why people are doing it though, man. Like it's been crazy. But like I said, they've been doing it for fucking ever. They're gonna continue to do it for fucking ever. So whatever.
Did you see
fucking people?
The you know how they've been doing that bottle cap challenge a lot lately?
Yeah.
All right. So you've seen like the different guys like kick it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you seen Steve-O's?
No.
Oh my god.
He opens the bottle with his dick.
With his dick?
Yeah, he slings his dick and then he
video
to where?
To our chat.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Was he use his dick hole? Like, how's he fucking... he's got that much control, like Kegel control. He can use his pee hole.
He just swings it around and makes the lid.
Get the fuck out of here. Best one I saw, Cowhead actually shared. It's got like a fucking like a streetcar drifting, and the car comes like right up on the fucking bottle, and the spoiler taps the fucking cap and knocks it off. I'm like,
that's tight. I haven't seen that
dude,
one.
it's badass. That's the coolest one that I've seen.
I've seen one where this big Samoan guy tries to do it, and he's like really big, and he can't do it, and then he bends over and farts, and the cap pops up.
Oh my!
That's really funny.
I call trickery.
Oh, for sure, but it's still funny.
She says, "Oh, for sure." Let's take a break real quick, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk some Stranger Things. Spoiler alert.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What's up, guys? We're the Plunge. We're a small podcast out of New Hampshire. We talk about our day-to-day lives, terrible Tinder stories, and just the sad dating lives that we all have. Here's a clip from our show. Check it out.
Speaking of names, the news this week produced the greatest name I've ever seen in all of my life.
Splashy Wet Buckets?
Nope.
That'd be dope, absolutely.
Right? Murray State's new head of athletic directing, Velvet Milkman.
Wait, that's his name?
That's her name.
Her name.
No way.
What? Well, her name is Velvet Milkman.
Velvet.
Dude, I was under the impression all week that this is some jacked up dude who's just got the most fucked up name imaginable.
Well, what is her position?
She's the new athletic director of Murray State College.
See, college sports has the best names. Dabo Sweeney, Lane Kiffin, Velvet Milkman.
I don't even think any of those even compare.
No, compare, but they're still cool names.
Mobamba.
Mobamba. Sports.
She's just got, her name is suave, it's smooth, it's everything in between. It is.
Like imagine being her in like the first grade and like the teacher's going around, taking attendance, and the teacher just goes, Velvet Milkman?
Well,
Present.
to be fair, she wasn't always Velvet Milkman.
She changed her name?
No, she married into the Milkman clan.
So she was Velvet something?
The Milkman clan, he said.
Put that on a t-shirt. The Milkman clan.
All right, guys, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed that, you can find us on all listening platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and many more. You can find us on Twitter at Plunge Podcast and on Instagram at The Plunge Podcast. Hope to hear from you soon, and thank you for listening.
Wait, okay, so you need a commercial for Comedy is Dead.
Yes!
Okay, well, what do you want me to say?
Have you heard it?
The commercial that I'm trying to record?
No, the show that it would be promoting.
Yeah.
Tell me fucking about it.
I don't know, it's good and fucking people are on it.
Tell me where you can fucking find it.
Oh, on the Inner Circle Podcast Network fucking RSS feed.
Stop, convert to MP3, send to fucking Wutsky. That's all I fucking needed.
Well, there you go. My name is Adam Simmons from the Simmons and More podcast, and if you haven't already done so, do yourself a favor and go listen to Comedy is Dead only on the Inner Circle Podcast Network feed, motherfucker. What?
Full of energy. I have I took some downers for our promo, and I'm trying to drink this coffee, this nitro, to bring me up, and then I'm drinking alcohol, so I'm just like, wee wee.
You're a roller coaster.
I'm like an ambulance siren.
You're a roller coaster, kind of like Stranger Things was, huh?
I really liked Stranger Things 3.
Hold on.
I see what you did there.
Hold on.
What?
Did you finish it?
I did.
Okay, so
what?
Okay, so then now, well, that's one thing. Now I just want to preface the, do the obligatory spoiler alert. We're going to be talking about a lot of fucking shit for the remainder of the show that if you don't want to hear about, maybe tune in a couple weeks after you've been to the movies and saw fucking Spiderman, or you fucking finished Stranger
Well, why don't
Things.
we talk about Ariel first then?
No.
Because they can listen to that.
No. Everybody, listen.
Anybody that's watched it should have powered through it.
Absolutely.
Already.
I saw a stat that's like how many millions of fucking people have not only watched it but have finished it already. Like it's some insane number of people that have already finished fucking the entire season.
I mean, once I got, I think it was episode 4, I was like, I can't stop watching it.
I was just going to say, what did you think about it? Because last week, I had only watched the first 2 because it dropped on the 4th and then we recorded on the 5th. So we only got to see the first 2 episodes, and I was very underwhelmed. Like, I didn't really care for the first 2 episodes, and even on the show, I said, I wasn't digging it or whatever, and then we watched the next 2 after the fucking, literally after we recorded, and I got on Twitter, and I was like, man, I wish I would have fucking watched more than the first 2 episodes before, because I'm right back in.
Well, the first, 2 to 3 episodes is just kind of building
Catch up.
Right.
Yeah, to, what was going to then happen.
Well, I felt like it was more of the kids, and I didn't really know what was happening at that point with, the supernatural element or whatever, but like you said, they were just coming back on with it or whatever.
I kind of felt there was going to be an issue at the end of season 2 because when that thing came out of, did you guys hear that?
Yeah,
or was
I
it
did.
just me?
What? I didn't hear no.
A little
Started talking about supernatural. I was like,
that was me.
when the thing got out of Will and into season 2, 11 was closing up the gate as it shut out of him. So I was thinking the same thing about where did it go, because the gate was closed as it was coming out of Will. So I knew there was going to be something happening. I just didn't know how it was going to do it. And I got to tell you, there's more gore in this 3rd season than there has been in the other 2.
Yeah.
And it's fucking gross.
I didn't get that unless you just
the
mean
melting bodies. And
I was going to say unless you just
like,
mean the rats exploding and the bodies turning inside out.
Yeah, I mean that's
because
pretty
in
much.
the first couple it was
It just
just
looks like doo-doo.
it was gross. It was so
like doo-doo.
gross.
Doo-doo
I mean,
monster.
and I like gross stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like horror stuff, but
Not anymore.
I'm not. Well, because I think it's real.
Well,
This stuff I know isn't real. Oh, whatever. Mister, I want to buy a haunted house.
I do want to buy a haunted house, and
No.
I want to sit in my haunted house and look for aliens. That's
You're
what I want to fucking
weird.
do.
But yeah, I was wondering how they we're going to bring it back because it went up into the sky and then had nowhere to go because the portal was closed.
Well, I think that's why they incorporated the Russian element to it, which, you know, by the way, is like another incredible factor in, you know, this being like just a period piece, you know, and really nailing the 80s, you know, with the whole Cold War thing and everything, like the whole Russian element. I mean, like that really puts you into the fucking 80s, man. And that goddamn mall, I mean, it felt like it was 1986 in that mall, dude.
When you see like Sam Goody.
Oh, hell yeah,
all
dude.
That stuff. You're like,
they don't
I
know
used to
nothing
love
about
just
that.
walking around there and just looking.
I was just going to say, just going to the mall with no shopping agenda whatsoever, just to see who's there and to fucking walk around and, oh my God.
And they used to have the headphones hanging off the side so you can listen to like the brand new Michael Jackson album or something while you're sitting in
you
the
remember
store.
that? You used to go to the store and put on headphones and like
to sample.
Hit the little board to
see if you like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember, like, I saw the E-Spirit sign. I was like, Beth, do you remember E-Spirit? She's like, oh, yeah, I remember those.
But I was giving Riley shit on Twitter because he was hating on the Neverending Story song.
Well, here's the thing. You know, I talked to Riley a little bit about it, and
he just doesn't know.
No, he does know.
Does he know about it?
He does. I asked him. I said, "Look, I told Dutchie what was going on with you in that fucking scene. I hate to have to ask you this, but I have to fucking ask you the question. Do you even know what that was from?" And he was like, "Of course I know what it's from." And he got all offended and shit. I'm like, "Look, dude, I have to fucking ask. The movie came out fucking 20 years before you were alive.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
And he said he knew it, and it was the timing. Like, they were in this pivotal fucking spot where they were fighting the end guy, and they needed this thing, and the fucking little bitch made him sing and shit.
Though, you know?
Right, that's what I think made it funny too.
Well,
because she doesn't know what's going on, and she hasn't talked to him in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that was, everyone thought that she was fake, and then she was fucking, she was there, so.
And she needed to give him the fucking code to the safe.
Right. I didn't get taken out of it. Like, do you remember when we watched season 2 and it was almost ruined for me with the fucking kid keeping it, the monster as a pet? You know, that kind of took me out of it a little bit. I'm like, the whole fucking thing didn't even have to happen if that dumb kid didn't keep the goddamn fucking thing. He could have killed it right then and there. You know what I mean? It didn't. Watching it back, we went back and watched the entire series before 3 came out too, and then watching it back again, it didn't bother me near as much as it did when it first came out. I have a feeling that this is the same thing. It didn't bother me to begin with. I laughed my ass off because I knew what it was as soon as they started singing. You know, like, I'm like, no fucking way. What the fuck, man?
And I don't think that they necessarily had to do the whole song, but I mean, it was still funny because she doesn't know. And that was their thing.
It didn't ruin it for me at all. I thought it was good. But the season to me was a little bit of a down to me, and then it came back. That's what I mean. It was a roller coaster. Like, it started off bad, then it got me back again, then, like, you know, it kind of lost me again, and then it got me back in the end. And I was under the impression it was the last season, but now it's not.
Yeah. So now, do we think that Hopper isn't dead?
Well,
No, I think he's gone.
No, here's the thing. Again, I was talking to my homeboy Riley, and he's been on some internet fucking theory shit or whatever. Here's the fucking thing. There's 2 strong theories about this post-credit scene with the Russian and the American and the fucking thing with, you know, don't take the American. The one school of thought is that that is Hopper and he's being held prisoner there. The other one, which I kind of lean to a little bit, is that is Papa. Dr. Brenner. From, you know, the old man that they're holding him there, and that Hopper is alive, but he jumped into the fucking portal and he's in the upside down now because he knew that the thing was going to fucking explode. So he dipped into the fucking thing, and there's going to be some sort of connection to the upside down with Hopper now. Like, he's still alive in there, and they're going to have to get him out. The thing with Brenner being held captive with the Russians is that now 11 doesn't have her powers and shit. So he's going to he's going to hold kind of like the keys to bringing that back into the...
Helping her get her powers back.
Yeah. But not like in a good way, not to like help her because he wants to help her, but to help her because, you know, like he knows how fucking powerful she is or whatever.
Right.
So he's maybe working with the Russians to preserve his own fucking life or whatever. I think that's a dope way to do it. Here's the thing. I read that it was originally supposed to be for 5 seasons.
Oh, really?
And they've scaled it back. They've said that they're going to cancel it after, like, 4 is going to be the last one now. Okay. I thought 3 was going to be the last one. I didn't know that they...
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, I didn't know they were going to do.
They tied it up very nicely until that post-credit scene. Like, you know, you figure Hopper's dead. You know, they're moving away.
You got the letter that he left her.
Right. And here's another...
I cried so hard.
Here's another thing about that. When that letter was being read, they played that David Bowie song, Heroes.
Yeah.
They played David Bowie Heroes in season 1, too, when they were pulling the body out of the lake that turned out to be fake and Will wasn't dead. So they're saying they used the same song because Hopper's not dead.
Oh, okay.
That's what people on the internet are saying.
See, I can't even go that far back to...
That's what people are saying.
Crazy.
All I know is that's a dope fucking version of that song. I like
that. That is a good version of the song.
But overall, I thought it was a great season. Just because I dig the show, man, I love it. It's just such a good representation of the fucking 80s, dude. And like I get so nostalgic when I watch that show. Jason, tell me about what you were telling me about how people are outraged about the fucking smoking, though.
Well, yeah, because I was sitting there when I was watching it, and I looked over at Beth, and I was like, it was when Hopper, I think it was episode 2 or 3, it was when he went inside the mayor's office right before he went to go see the mayor, and he was sitting right before the biker walked past him or whatever.
Yeah.
And he lit up a cigarette, and I was like, I looked at her and I go, oh man, those were the good old days, huh? When you could smoke inside any establishment.
Why he was doing it, because that's just it's a time
piece. Yeah, exactly. And that's when she goes, well, you heard about the outrage from that, right? And I'm like, no. Of
course there's outrage.
You know, and then of course she sent me the post or link or whatever. But yeah, so apparently people are outraged of how much smoking was involved in the show.
It says it promotes smoking, and it's like,
no.
He smokes when he was stressed out, when he was pissed off. How is that promotional?
Well, I read what the link was, or I read the article or whatever, and it's the fact that it's a show based around kids, that they were saying that kids predominantly are watching it, which I'm like, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so, but
no.
maybe. Mm-hmm. We'll suspend disbelief
Young
a little
adults,
bit.
Maybe.
We'll say for the sake of argument, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they
maybe
are. Whatever.
Like 13 and older, but like our 9-year-old isn't watching it.
He came down and he watched it for a little bit and then pieced out real fucking quick.
And
like
even if he wanted to watch it, who cares? He could fucking watch it and he'd be like, don't smoke, it ruins your lungs. It's disgusting. Don't do it. That's all you gotta say. And if he tries it, he tries it. You can't stop kids from trying things.
That's what you told Lucas when I was chilling in the fucking driveway with a cigar on the 4th of July. He was like, what is that? And you were like, it's gross. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking sick. Don't do it.
Right. And then he's like, why is the door closed? I'm like, so the smell doesn't get in the house.
Right.
You know, you tell them it's not going to deter them from doing it. If they're going to try shit, they're going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
but this is just the time that it was. This is what happened. I mean, when we were kids, it was in the 80s. Our parents smoked in the house.
With the windows
With
up?
the windows closed in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah.
That's just how it was. You smoked in the car. You smoked in restaurants. That's just how it was. It's
Do you
not
remember when you had to put in a preference for smoking or non-smoking when you went to a restaurant?
Yeah, well, I mean...
I do.
And it has that little glass wall. It doesn't even, like, bury your
smoke
shit.
goes right
it doesn't do anything. I mean, that's why I thought it was hilarious that they would have that, but...
But it's not like... I can't even remember what kind of cigarettes he smoked, so it's not like it was promoting for Marlboro or...
No, they just say
that...
they just say that when you watch shows, you're more likely to do what your favorite characters are doing because you're trying to emulate their behavior. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really think that no one's like that much of a Hopper super fan that they're like, oh my God, Hopper smokes. I need to fucking
smoke. I mean, if
ahead.
that's the case, you can't do anything on TV then.
Right. What about superheroes? People going to try to fucking fly off the roof and shit?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
You think you're gonna fucking
PCP, jump off the fucking roof? Yes, they are.
Shoot fucking webs out of your wrist and fly around the city? Like, you're not going to do that stuff for
No, that's
real.
going to promote jerking off and fucking flinging it. Spiderman.
I'm sure there's videos that do that.
I'm sure there is too. We'll make one later.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think that's fucking stupid. There's outrage about everything, which leads us to my next topic and the fucking Black Little Mermaid. Are you ready for that one, Jay? You ready for the outrage about the Black Little Mermaid?
It's not a movie, right? It's a live action.
It's a live action, like they're doing with all these. And
I didn't realize it was live action. I thought they were just doing a movie.
No, it's like everything. It's like the Lion King and the Aladdin and all that. They're doing the live action Little Mermaid now.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Let's go through the entire timeline because this has been a nasty 2 weeks for Disney. Okay, last week I wasn't even going to talk about this. Okay, but it's stretched on and it's become such a fucking thing that we're gonna hit it this week. Last week was the outrage from the black community because Ursula was cast as Melissa McCarthy was cast as Ursula.
Okay.
And how dare they pick a white actress to play fucking Ursula because you know that she's black. You know that she's black.
She's blue.
She's
purple.
She's a fucking squid. I mean,
Yeah.
she's gray, if anything, you know.
That's
but
true.
Gray purple.
Gray purple.
I thought
She's purple.
I laughed and said, ha ha ha, who fucking cares? But then the very next week, the white fucking people doubled down on it when they picked the black actress for the Little Mermaid, and they said, how dare you? You're ruining our childhood. This is our right at nostalgia. We know that this story is a fucking white Little Mermaid, and how dare you cast this black actress?
Well, it's only a white Little Mermaid because that's what Disney put in the movie.
Right.
You know, it's a character. Like Uncle Randy said in his video, it's just a character. Nobody owns the rights to it. It could be whoever she wants to be. But I think it goes back to what we were talking about on previous episodes where just don't make the character black just because. If it fits, it fits. If she's a good singer, she fits the part, then that's great. But just don't make her black because
I think
you want to.
They should go full on. They should do it. Remember when they did Black Annie? They should just do Black Little Mermaid. You know what I mean? Fucking Black King Triton, Black Ursula, black everything. Black on black.
The fucking Wiz.
Yeah, but the Wiz, hell yeah. There's been black versions of movies, dude. Fucking just make a fucking... Remember about last night? They did a black version of that with Kevin Hart, too, man. They make black versions of movies. Just do black version of Little Mermaid.
There you go.
Fuck it. I don't know why Disney keeps on putting out these live actions, because every time they do, it's nothing but controversy.
Yeah.
Fucking Beauty and the Beast. Oh my God, the guy's gay. Fucking Aladdin. Dude, Will Smith is blue. Fucking Lion King. That warthog looks nasty. Why are you going to make that warthog look ugly?
And then they were saying something about the one thing not being gay enough, or
the Scar's not gay. Stop fucking making the goddamn movies because the internet doesn't like them.
Well, no, just
the
make them and fuck the internet.
Well, yeah, well, exactly. But
I know. I'm just saying.
It's so stupid how things like this that don't really affect your day to day, you're that passionate about. Imagine if you redirected this fucking drive into something that you could actually change. You know
what's funny too is I saw on Facebook that they wanted this white actor to be Eric. So wouldn't that be something everybody's going to complain about interracial relationships next?
That'll be the next thing.
Interracial between fucking mythological amphibian creatures and royalty.
Yep.
That's what it's going to be.
Yep.
Oh my God, shocking with the royal family. Can you believe they're fucking fish now? For shame.
It's stupid.
Oh, well, you know what? And here's another thing. I watched a little video clip about the original Little Mermaid, because that's the story is from like the 1800s or something like that, or it's like
because the mermaid supposedly would help sailors.
Well, help them die.
Yeah, it's the original story is completely fucking different from the Disney cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's like, you can't change it. That's not the way it goes. Well, you're fucking saying
Disney
you can't
changed it.
You can't change the one from 20 fucking years ago. They already done changed it.
Well, they
whatever.
They kind of brightened it up a little bit because mermaids are a little bit more
sexual,
magical, other than the
titties and shit.
Because it's really about sirens, and they would lead sailors to the rocky shores to sink the ship and then take their souls or whatever. So they're really not good creatures,
dude. I'll watch that video about a synopsis of the original one, because it's dark, man. It's
I watched it,
bro. It's like fucking she's like doomed, and like she's got to help people for 300 years to fucking get herself back, to get her shit back, and then her sisters went to Ursula and they fucking like sacrificed something on them to get a knife to bring to her to fucking use the knife to kill the prince, and if she killed the prince, then everything would go back to normal. Like, god damn, that's dark, man.
I remember when the biggest problem was there was a dick on the cover.
Yeah, that's what. It's funny. It's funny you say that. We recorded Comedy is Dead last night, and Michelle was on there from Welcome to My Show, and she said that too. She's like, I still have that VHS with the big, puffy cover, and it's got all them dicks in the castle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That shit's expensive. I mean, you have to find somebody that'd buy it,
right?
Yeah, there was some money. I read that too, like 10 G's or something like that. Some crazy.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's crazy how much
for the one with the black diamond on it. We talked about that with Carp long time ago. It's got a black diamond on the spine.
Right. Yeah,
and that's it. It's just got a picture of a diamond, but it's worth $10,000.
Well, I guess because it's like first run type thing as opposed. Yeah,
we used to have those, but we had Lion King, Cinderella, a Little Mermaid, but I'm not sure where those are. We had those when we were in the Plant City house.
Might have a treasure trove of money sitting somewhere.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's like everything. It's fucking stupid, man. Who cares what the fucking Little Mermaid shit is?
Just enjoy it and shut up. Or don't fucking see it.
Now, this, sticking with Disney, Toy Story 4 released.
Oh yeah.
So when the new Toy Story comes out, they re-release all the DVDs, and they put collector's editions out, and they do all these special, drops on Blu-ray or whatever. There was a scene in Toy Story 2 that was removed from the special edition. Did you see that?
Yeah, the one with the prospector.
Yeah,
So stupid.
It's me too, man. It's me too. It's not acceptable anymore. And I watched it and I laughed just like every fucking adult probably did in 2001 when it came out.
Even Shrek has a lot of like innuendos for parents, because you got to make the movies for parents a little bit too, and for the kids, to make the parents want to take them to see the movies.
Did you see the scene?
Yeah, I know what scene you're talking about, and I thought it was funny because of all the Harvey Weinstein stuff, and the prospector reminds me of him when he's talking to them Barbie dolls.
Little short fat dude.
Which is probably what they thought about when they were putting it in there,
But I think that movie came out before all that happened.
Obviously,
which makes it even
that came
funnier.
out fucking way.
Even though he's been doing it for a lot of years, so I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just talking with the Barbies, and he's like, if anybody needs any acting tips or something, come see me.
And then he realizes the camera's on him, and he's like, oh, girls, well, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Very, very fucking innocent, you know, but it's post Me Too. Can't fucking do it now.
Right. It's
Can't
so
fucking do it.
stupid. I hate the fucking internet.
Dude, that's a perfect segue to remind folks to follow us on
on the internet.
And subscribe on your favorite internet radio platform.
Yes.
We went to the movies last week and took out a mortgage on the house and took the boys to see Spiderman.
I was excited because this is the first Marvel movie that they've agreed to see.
Oh, okay.
Because they haven't seen any of the other ones. Well, we watch Guardians on the TV, but this is the first theater one we took them to see.
They did better with this live action, like regular movie in the theater than they do when we took them to see the cartoon shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we went to see like Wreck-It Ralph and whatever. Like Lucas is up walking around in the aisle and shit and bouncing back and forth. Like this one, they were watching it fucking.
Yeah, we went and saw Toy Story 4 this past weekend.
Oh, you did see Toy Story?
Yeah, and
what'd you think?
Yeah, it was all right. It was.
What's up with Spoonie? How's he originated? Did they just make that bitch?
Forky.
Yeah, Sporky.
Sporky.
Whatever.
Or whatever.
Is he supposed to be like an
He's
autistic fucking fork? That's what I had read. He was supposed to be like an autistic spoon or something.
No, I mean, I didn't think about that. I mean, it was just, she made it out of like just spare parts that they had in the classroom. And
okay.
But it was funny because spoiler alert, I guess.
Well, we've already covered that. That's all encompassing.
Yeah, I was going to take the kids to see it today, and we didn't go.
Oh, I mean, and the girls thought it was okay. I mean, my son, he's 4, and I thought he would be more into it than what he was. He did like it, but about an hour in, he was wanting to go. I mean,
that's what I was going to ask. Because by 4, what else are they doing? Like, the first Toy Story I thought was good. The second Toy Story was all right. Third Toy Story was, you're losing me a little bit, okay? But I understand it's a trilogy. You're wrapping it up. And now there's a fourth one. I'm like, what the fuck are they even doing? This kid's probably 25.
Well, at the end of Toy Story 3, Andy donates his toy to that little neighbor girl.
Oh, so it goes on to a different kid?
Yeah. It has him a little bit at the beginning.
Because he goes off to college and hands the box of toys to that little girl with the backpack.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then basically the girl that had got the toys from him, because this is like years later that this one takes place. So
he definitely is like 25.
Yeah, so like the little girl is now getting bigger, doesn't need her little Bo Peep lamp anymore. So she gets rid of that. Then it kind of jumps into now.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like a flashback. And then it jumps into now, and the family's going on a road trip or whatever. And then Woody ends up seeing Bo Peep's lamp in just some random like antique store or something. And so he goes and investigates, and then the story goes on from there.
And then they fuck.
That's when he said he saw Bo Peep. I'm trying to think of like the dirtiest place he could have saw her, and then you said, and then they go fuck. I thought what it sounds like, a story that almost like didn't need to be told though. Like, I mean, like you're saying it was just okay.
Well, I mean, at the very end, the little girl is not playing with Woody as much and stuff. So then at the very end of the movie, he decides he wants to be a free toy and not, have a.
The fuck does that mean?
Well, just be out on his own.
The world?
Yeah, like so he stayed with Bo Peep to
fornicate in the wild.
I guess. Well,
Wow, that's weird.
That is weird, man.
And then the rest of the toys just get in the RV and go with the girl and the family.
That's fucking weird.
Damn.
That almost. I mean, that's a Disney cash grab. I think at that point.
Woody
Toy
didn't
Story 4.
No, it's hoes over bros for Woody. He was like, "Fuck y'all, I need some pussy."
Well, Disney dropped the Spider-Man too, man. I was hoping you were gonna take the kids with us to see that, but I think we went to the movies on the same day. We just saw different shit.
Spider-Man was good though.
I was gonna say, what did you think?
I really enjoyed it
Because that was another roller coaster for me, man.
My girls want to see it.
Do they?
Yeah.
We went into it, and I was thinking it was going to be one way, and then when I got there, I realized I was wrong, and then I adjusted my mind to follow the new way, and then at the end, it kind of pulled a juke move on me again, and I was like, God, I can't stay with this shit. Like, I'm not that quick, man. I got to know what I'm in for.
Right.
You're old now.
I'm old now.
And I don't follow the comics, so when you're watching the trailers on TV, you think Mysterio is a good dude. Well, he's actually a villain in the comics.
Right.
So in the trailers, it's kind of misleading for people like me because that don't know any
That's
better.
what was weird about watching the trailer, because I did read some of the comics and
he's totally a bad guy.
Even for me though, that like I am into it. That's what I mean. Like I wasn't super a big Spider-Man guy, but I knew what was going on.
Right.
And I knew Mysterio was a bad dude, and I knew that his gimmick was he was a special effects guy. Yeah, he was a special effects guy from Hollywood that like didn't make it or whatever, and then he was pissed off and he was using his special effects shit to like do crime or whatever. Well, in the movie, they bill him as he's from a different reality, and that at first I was like, wait, what? But then I kind of like embraced it because I'm like, maybe they might be doing like something to like gear into like the Spider-Verse shit, like the cartoon,
Right.
you know? I'm like, that's fucking dope. I want to see where this goes.
Well,
and then
Guardians is out there and they're on different universes and shit, so you don't know where they're going to go. Huh?
They're in the same universe.
No,
They're just
but with
in
him
space.
saying that they're in the different universes and stuff, it could all tie into that.
Well,
Even though it was a lie.
Yeah. Well, and then midway through, they spun it a different way, which I kind of like how they did it. He wasn't an illusionist, but he worked at Stark. He worked for Tony Stark, and Tony had these glasses that he gave to Spider-Man, and it was funny. They were called Edith, which stood for even in death, I'm the hero, or even dead, I'm the hero, or something, which I thought was funny
because he likes acronyms.
Yeah. Yeah. So he had these glasses that he put on, and they were like augmented reality, where he could, call in drone strikes and shit and whatever. And this dude that was Mysterio wanted them. So because
he invented it.
Oh, he invented it? Did I miss that?
They flash back to when we were in Iron Man, and he's the one that created that program, and Tony called it barf. So he got pissed.
I remember that.
So he got pissed, and he's like, my life work, and he calls it barf. So he started that project, and then Tony made it better, named it Edith, so then he wanted that back.
Gotcha.
And then his group of people...
Everything was fake, though.
Yeah.
Like all the monsters and shit
illusion.
was all drones that were like shooting out like holograms. So like everything that was happening was just a flock of drones like flying around.
But it was real damage. The drones were shooting stuff.
They were breaking shit up.
Yeah. So look, but everybody that was on Mysterio's team were people that were also fucked by Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Figuratively. In his company.
Okay. It was pretty.
So they were all trying to get the technology to use it against.
Gotcha.
It was pretty dope.
Cool.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't what I thought. Like I said, I kind of had to switch gears a couple of times just to keep up with it, but it still ended up being pretty cool.
But when everybody disappeared, they were calling it the blip.
That was cool too, because this is the first movie obviously past Endgame, so like, I didn't know what to expect in that too. I was like, it's going to be kind of a letdown because like it's not because it's a bad movie, but just because of like the come down from Endgame, it was so climactic and shit. And now this is just kind of like a bridge movie to the next stuff, which it was in a sense, but not really. I mean, it's its own fucking thing. It was pretty good.
Well, the people that blipped were gone for 5 years and they came back the same age. But time for the people that didn't blip, they were 5 years older.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So did this take place after Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They all go to London for a field trip or like a class trip, and Aunt May was like, "Don't you forgot your suit?" So she packed the suit, and then he was the night monkey because he didn't want anybody to know that Spider-Man was over there. So somebody made up a word, night monkey. So that's what they were calling him, night monkey, which is kind of funny.
You know what? I just thought of something. Maybe it slipped by me because we weren't really doing this shit when Spider-Man came out or whatever, but was there outrage over Mary Jane being played by a black actress? Because Mary Jane was white in the comic books.
Right.
I mean,
not that I'm aware of.
And the chick is, and I can say this because she's 22 and I looked her up. She's fucking hot, dude.
She used to be on the Disney Channel.
She was on the
She's
Disney Channel.
She's a hottie, man. I like her a lot.
She used to be on the show with this other white chick that they do songs and shit.
You know who she used to be on there with fucking Bella too. She did.
Well, the only reason I know all that is because my girls watch the Disney stuff.
She's pulling
older,
off. She's got the one name. She's pulling off the one name, and
I forget her name, but
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't no Beyonce.
She's pulling it off. she's Beyonce 2.0, I guess.
But I thought it was cute, and it goes into the high school thing. And when I talked to my dad today, he was like, "Did they get married?" And I was like, "He just told her that he liked her." He's like, "What?"
Get married?
Because he doesn't really watch that stuff, but he knows some things. I'm like, no, they're still in high school.
So here's the other juke move. Okay, you've seen Captain Marvel, right, by now?
Oh yeah. So
the Skrulls that are shapeshifters or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's the post-credit scene. You see Fury and the one hot Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. bitch that I like, Kobe or whatever. They change into Skrulls. They're walking and they were shapeshifted the whole time.
Okay.
Fury and the one girl. And they call him and they're like, "Hey, you got to get back here." And then he's sitting on a beach, but it's actually he's sitting on a spaceship in front of a fucking hologram and shit.
Space, for sure.
It could be one of two things, and I think it's probably just that he's on vacation after Endgame, you know what I mean, and they're covering for him. But it got me thinking, I'm like, Captain Marvel was set in the 90s, so does that mean that, it's been a fake Fury all along? It got me thinking a little bit, That might not be what they're doing, but at least the thought crossed my mind. Mm-hmm. Thought it was. That's what I mean. It juked me all over, dude. I was so fucked up by this movie. But
and then Mysterio lets out who he made it seem like everything was Spider-Man's fault in the end, and lets out his name.
Yeah, he can't go home. He can't go home now. They told him who he is, so he can't go home.
At the end, he breaks down all the drones, and then he kills Mysterio, and then Mysterio makes one last video to spin it all, make it look like it's Spider-Man's fault, and tells everybody what his name is.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Okay.
Probably the best performance I've ever seen out of Jake Gyllenhaal.
He was good in Jughead.
I wasn't.
Jarhead.
Yeah, that one.
You fucking Jughead.
That's Archie.
It's not an Archie comic.
Sorry, I was watching Riverdale.
You still watch that show?
There's new episodes. I need to get back on.
I ain't never looked at it.
What do they do with Luke Perry's character?
I don't know. I haven't watched the new season yet. I need to get back on it, but
I'm guessing he probably just died.
Oh, I forgot to drop my bomb for Stranger Things.
What's your
no
bomb?
No pun intended.
I thought your bomb was going to be my bomb.
No, my bomb is that Robin, who plays the ice cream slinger, is Ethan Hawke's daughter.
That was it. That's it, huh?
That was it. Reality Bites. That's his daughter.
I didn't even. You know what? I didn't even talk about her. What'd you think about her character?
I thought she was good for Steve.
Well, she's a lesbian.
I know.
Did you not pick up on that?
No, well, obviously, when she told him she liked to eat pussy.
Well,
I was there.
I'm just saying because you're
just like that, huh?
She did.
She said that the girl that she liked in class kept staring at him.
Oh.
So that's when he was like, "Oh, duh,"
Speaking of which, I felt bad for what's his name, the older guy in Stranger Things. When the girl said she was a lesbian.
That's Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I feel bad for Steve.
Yeah, because Dustin was like, "She's perfect. What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, and then he sits there and tells her that,
he likes her. And then she's like, "Ooh."
She's like, "I eat box, so that's not going to happen."
Right.
She had kind of a weird thing going on. She was a cool chick, but she had a weird face.
I thought she was cute.
She had a weird face.
I'd fuck her.
Well, she'd probably let you because, she's down to fucking party.
That's fine.
Well, you mean her character on the show.
Oh, she'd have to play her character.
Would you would you have to wear that sailor suit?
I'll show you a scoop, bitch.
What'd you think of Lucas's little sister?
She's a badass.
She's a
funny as hell, dude.
I'll tell you what, she's a robo-cunt, dude.
She is.
She's fucking.
She is a little bitch.
She was running that goddamn mall, though.
I think she cussed more than everybody in that whole show.
Yeah. Free ice cream for life.
For life.
That's another thing. Nobody talked about how much those kids cussed. They don't talk about Hopper drinking and driving, but the smoking is
unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. We have an image to uphold.
You got kids fighting Russian, or it's like all this, but no, the smoking is what does it for you.
You know, and I guess we'll just loop back on it because I'm thinking of something else. The whole Invasion of the Body Snatchers vibe was so creepy, dude. Like watching like the controlled fucking people.
Yeah.
Like when they went to dinner at that house, and they walk in and they're just sitting there and like they're fucking all like,
just like dead eyed.
Yeah, dude. Like that shit freaks me out, dude. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Freaky.
Well, that one dude, Billy freaks me out anyway with that fucking mullet hair.
Oh man, I was sad about
pencil
that.
thing.
He made you tear up at the end.
No,
I didn't mean to.
Did because 11 was telling him about his mom and shit because that.
But now you see why he was such an asshole.
Dick.
Yeah.
That's that's one of the cooler parts that I thought was. See, here's a glimpse into my mind because I'm a fucking scumbag. After watching season 2, and there was that part where he was almost gonna fuck what's his name's mom,
Mike.
Oh yeah,
Mike's mom.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
Mrs. Wheeler.
Yeah, fucking smoke show Miss Wheeler too.
I was gonna say, I mean,
But
who
her
wouldn't?
bathing suit and her eyeshadow.
Oh my gosh!
So then,
who wears heels to the pool?
Someone's just trying to get fucked.
Well, this was the '80s too. Like the eyeshadow and the hair and all that shit. It's hilarious.
Like you ain't going in the pool.
Dude, coming into it, I'm like, I hope they continue that storyline. I hope he's trying to fuck her again. And then immediately, dude, all the women are sitting at the pool fucking like waiting for him to walk out.
Hey, Billy.
And that nasty fucking dirty curly mullet he's got, dude. Like, and that fucking, that mustache and shit too. It's so Indiana.
I thought he looked good.
Of course you did, fucking Indiana.
I like
nasty.
the curly mullet.
You nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've come to an end here. I think Jason's got a little bit of a headache. I see him. He's soldiering on.
The hemp bombs is starting to work on me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Something's
Drink the
happening.
rest of your coffee.
Something's
Counteracting
happening.
the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
We can go ahead and put a bow on this week. I'm glad to sit with you guys again. I love these Fridays. This is the highlight of my week.
Same.
That said, this has been another episode of the #NoOffense Show. If you're a new listener, thanks for checking us out. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you're an OG, I love you. I'm going to kiss you if I ever see you in the world.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going to plant a big fucking kiss right on your goddamn mouth.
Can I do that too?
In certain circumstances. You're on a leash.
Sip after cigars.
Yeah. No, I meant to other people. He's fucking trying to make out with people.
Of course she meant to other
Spreading
people.
the Hep C and shit.
Come back and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. We're available everywhere. You can find a podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Podcoin. Get your ass on Podcoin. That's the spot to be where you can earn coins for listening to your shows. Use code HTNOS if you're a new user to Podcoin. Sign up, you get 300 bonus coins, and use those to get a cup of coffee on the #NoOffense Show. Donate it to whatever charity of your choice. We're all there. The whole Inner Circle is there. I forgot to mention at the beginning, we are part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network. Check us out at Inner Circle PN. Look for our network shows at the Inner Circle Presents, also available on Podcoin. Subscribe to those shows and get yourself some sports talk, some Comedy is Dead. We just recorded a killer episode last night that should be out soon. A lot of good stuff happening. Reach us out on all the socials at HTNOS, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Email us, HTNOS at yahoo.com or HTNOS.com. Call the hotline. Leave us a voicemail. 813-773-5706. I think that ice cream scooper called and left us a voicemail.
Ice cream scooper.
The lady, you know what? Do you got a minute? I want to play you this voicemail.
Uh-oh. The one that pisses in the bucket?
I think it might have been her.
Oh,
I think it may have been her. Check this out.
Are we on hold right now?
This is on the voicemail.
中国驻纽约总领事馆，您好，您有一封文件尚未领取，如需查询，请按9，将有专人为您服务。
Are you going to translate that for
I
us
was
or
gonna
what?
say, if you're a translator,
I don't know what the
and
fuck
could get
that
back
is.
with us to let us know what that means.
Do you know that there is a porn star that's an old Asian lady and she talks like that and takes it in the butt? And that's like exactly what she sounds like.
Here's two things about that. Why do you know about that? And can we go check that out as soon as we wrap this show?
I forget forget how I found out about her, but I think
I'm curious to know.
She was on one of those porn shows we were watching on Netflix.
Shut the fuck up.
The first one we watched, Girls.
The After You Retire one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, she was on that one.
Have you seen that After Porn Ends?
No.
If you're a fan of Lisa Ann, check that out. She's on there. They
you know that's a MILF that you want to.
Oh, yeah. She's into other things now.
Did you see the one where she dressed up like
Sarah Palin?
She was the Sarah Palin.
Who's nailing Palin? Of course I fucking seen that shit. You can reach out to me. I am the Real Wetsky everywhere.
I'm Duchess Wetsky on Twitter.
And I'm J. Louis BB on Instagram.
That's where we be, and we appreciate you. This has been another episode of #NoOffense.
Peace.